Welcome to Music in the Making. We are 3 high school and junior high music teachers from West Central Illinois. Each week we will talk about our experiences in the classroom, community, and personal lives too. We're no experts by any means, but any help we can provide to our audience of music friends is why we pursue this new venture. Please welcome your hosts, Lisa Hallen, Art Martinez, and Kevin Ferry.
My AccuWeather's like, prep for power outages. Expect gusty winds, flooding rain, T-storms, and even snow.
Yeah, you would,
Titan storms?
You would think with the amount of times
like T-Store,
that I get called
T-Buck
Alvin
Storm,
that I would
yeah.
know all the Chipmunks songs.
Hey, let me make sure I'm not going...
But it's a classic.
It is a classic. Lisa hates it, though.
Yeah. Because it's like
At
every
least
time when she starts
I
talking
don't
or
hate
something.
a fellow coworker.
You hate everything.
That's not true. Welcome back to another episode of Music in the Making, guys. It's been a little bit, hasn't it, guys?
Been busy.
Oh, my gosh.
Been busy. And
Like,
all
this-
you music teachers know this.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
So we hope you take time out of your busy day or week to give us a listen.
Absolutely. Especially after, I'm sure, all the winter concerts have already started going on. Hopefully a lot of you are done. If not, good luck to your concerts. One of many concerts that we've had in the last 2 weeks will be Sunday. But it's all right. One day at a time around here.
One day
And try
at
not
a
to die
time.
like me, who's been fighting off sickness for a week and a half. Unlike my wife, who's been fighting off for closer to 3 weeks now. On and off. But you know
Yeah,
what?
but your wife's way stronger than you.
Yeah, she is.
Dr. Mrs.
Yeah, so like she gets sick so often that like by the time she's coming out of this, I'll be the one who's gonna be sick all the time.
Well, that's a good thing she doesn't listen.
That's true. But anyway, so we're very thankful to be back.
Yeah.
I mean, we had Thanksgiving break, and then we were kind of like, okay, nonstop basically until
Yep.
end of December. Which I mean, we're already approaching halfway to December, which is
It is December
incredible.
9th.
So we came out of Thanksgiving break, and the next thing on the docket was Madrigals.
Yeah, we had our Madrigal Dinner last weekend. It was unbelievable. We had a lot of people there. The kids did fantastic. We had the addition of our Royal Brass. A few years ago, we had a brass quintet that would play before the show, and that was always really, really nice, and I appreciated those people like crazy. But this year, for the first time, we had Madrigal Brass, and they played during the show, and what I really liked about that is we could customize it to what we wanted. You know, we played the funeral march, we played the fugue thing. What's the
Toccata Fugue.
Toccata and fugue? Thank you.
Yeah.
We did a little lullaby as Scrooge went to sleep, and was it you playing the chimes?
Yeah.
You ended up playing the chimes. You and Emma. That got better every day,
yeah.
every day, every show. With you and her reacting back and forth, and
That was a lot of fun.
so it was really great. It's a great addition, but and I think we've said it before, but you never remember those Christmases that go perfectly.
Right.
And we had just got done. How we form our madrigal is the mixed madrigal singers will sing 3 songs right at the beginning of the show. Then right before we eat, our treble madrigal singers will sing 3 songs, and then we have dinner. We finish the show, the script part of the show, and then once the script is done, then mixed mads gets back up and they sing the 12 Days of Christmas, and we do a little acting deal with that with the jester, and we pull a pear tree up from the audience, and they have a whole little skit thing that they do. Is that who's
Mr.
here?
Bismore.
Mr. Boosomworth,
Dun, dun, dun.
head of the English department at Monmouth Roseville High School. He got his cameo in there.
He did on the episode on the
You have
podcast.
to listen.
There I go.
You have to listen to the podcast.
Cookie thief.
Hey! Those are podcast cookies. But anyway, we were doing the 12 Days of Christmas, and we have like 4 or 5 songs after that. You know, we do a 7-8 song concert like thing at the end. 12 days got over, and yep, power went out.
Oh yeah.
And the fortunate thing about our Madrigal Dinner is we have a lot of candles. So
It made for a nice effect.
it really did.
Like legit. Like I was kind of like, I don't know how do they do it in medieval times? Only by candlelight.
Candles do not give off as much light as you think they do.
Right, and I don't think a torch would either.
Yeah.
Right?
It only
I was
so
sitting
far.
at my apartment like, this isn't doing anything.
Yeah. Yeah, Yankee Candles are not.
No, my apartment's
Now,
all
if they
great,
were to
though.
sponsor us, Yankee
right.
Candles are the best, but
Best.
Yankee Candles hasn't sponsored us yet. So they were applauding for the 12 days as it went out. The power went out, and I just said, if you're all good, we'll just keep going. And they said, yeah, and we finished the show, and it was really good. And our junior Madrigal singers they got their phones back at the end of the show and lit the aisle so people could walk out safely. And what was really weird, I don't know about you guys, but when you walked outside,
Oh my gosh, I know.
it was pitch black.
Yeah.
Like, there was no moon,
No.
there were no street lights, there was nothing. It was
Cameron
weird.
turned off the moon.
Yep, they did.
Wow.
Yeah, they blew a substation between here and there.
Yeah.
I mean,
At
there's
mile
plenty of space
marker
for it.
876,000.
Yeah.
But no, it was great. It was a great time. The kids did really well. We're still tearing it down. Usually we strike the set right afterwards. It takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Well, we're still tearing it down.
Yeah.
But it was really, really nice and had a great time. And
Yeah, it was.
then
The next day.
Miss Hallen had a concert on Wednesday, December 6th.
I did.
And how'd that go?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm-
Dynamite drop-in. Do you not want to talk about it? I mean,
No.
She has a little PTSD
We-
from
we
something
get-
that
we
happened
get
at the
yelled
concert.
at.
So
we get yelled at
that's true.
and
Virtually.
criticized,
First
Virtually.
off,
ridiculed
Yes.
for not letting her speak, and then I set her up. Right? You got the setup,
Yeah.
right? Miss
Yeah.
Hallen, you had a concert, right? I did.
I was still wrapping my head about what you were
How
talking
are you feeling
about.
today, Mr. Martinez?
I'm feeling
Mr.
great.
Fairy.
Good.
As I slowly die.
Miss Hallen,
December 6th.
I was at the Central concert.
Yes.
It was fantastic.
Thank you. That I was waiting.
But-
But no buts.
No.
I think-
Just like a power outage at a Madrigal Dinner, or something stupid happens at Christmas, so you always remember it. What happened at the Central music concert?
Well, I was standing off the side, getting myself hyped up to press play on the one recorded song we had. And I was like, okay, let's go. Waiting for Mrs. Pickerel to give me the sign. And I see our lead 4th grade teacher and our lead 6th grade teacher and our piano accompanist start running into the bleachers. And I'm like, oh no, something's happening. And, there's just that, like, silence. No one knows what to do. I'm like, okay, a kid walks out. Okay, someone fainted. No, someone threw up. Right before our big We Will Jingle.
Not copyright.
No, not at all. Our big We Will Jingle
You,
piece.
you
So,
can't, you can't go quarter, half without Queen getting any money.
Yeah, probably.
probably.
We're probably going to strike for this.
We're gonna
Cannot post
cancel.
episode.
We're gonna cancel.
So, thankfully, it was not around instruments, and it was like 5th graders around, and they were pretty good about we're just going to all move over this way, and Mrs. Pickerel just kept the show going, and it was good, but again, everyone will remember that Central Christmas program for that.
Band played.
Band did well. We did
Yep.
First Christmas March by John O'Reilly, and fanfare for winter celebration.
Not the second.
No scary head
Winter
on the lime
March.
either.
No, that's what they're gonna play next year.
Third
yeah.
winter march.
This was their first one.
12 days of marching.
Yeah, only the 6th graders play at the Christmas program, or the 6th grade, the second year band members.
Right.
It's a quick turnaround from our late October, early November.
I thought the kids sang really well. I was really impressed with 6th grade choir chimes. Emily Pickerel, our central music teacher, does 5th and 6th grade choir chimes, and she writes all the music. She arranges all the music for it, and I thought the 6th grade choir chimes were fantastic.
Me too. At the end, I was really impressed. At the end, there's a little tag on Away in the Manger or something, and I saw like all of their heads turn into each other to line up their last note, and I was like, dang, that is like,
Professional.
yes, teaching
yes.
those ensemble skills, and they nailed it, and it made me so happy.
So that was Wednesday, December 6th, where Miss
Yes.
Hallen and I were, and Miss Pickerel. Mr. Martinez, where were you at Wednesday, December 6th?
I had the great privilege to go back to Western Illinois.
Go next.
Go next.
University.
To take university. I love that.
You know?
And to take actually all the high schoolers to a concert of their own And it was actually a combined concert with their the Western Illinois Concert Band, directed by Dr. Matt Thomas. Shout out. So he had called me early September, and he's like, "Hey, like we got this concert in the winter. Like, would you guys like want to play on it?" I'm like, "Absolutely." And the timing worked out pretty well because we have our concert on Sunday. So it's like, okay, we got a nice full dry run on a really nice stage in front of a pretty decent sized audience. And not only that, we get to do a combined piece.
Yep.
Like, what could go wrong? And now with the threat of a power outage on Sunday, it's for our actual
We haven't gotten
concert.
there yet, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, but like, it's like, it worked out well. So,
Yeah.
anyway, but it was awesome. Right after school, the kids got changed. They got here. We hopped on a bus, got dropped off, had food. Thank you, Western people, for having a little meal for us. We each ensembles rehearsed. That was our symphonic band, our concert band, our percussionists combined with their percussionists to do a percussion piece, which was awesome. And then we practiced our combined piece, which, for those of you listening, if you've not done it yet, band people, A Christmas Carol, the Randall Standard version, is so cool. And
It's really
honestly, it's like, I always tell people this. Like, I had a conversation with him last year about it because it had just come out, and he's like, before I wrote it, I just looked it up to see if anyone had done it before. He's like, and not a single person have thought of this. I'm like, that's insane. Which honestly opens the door, I think, to like other stories that people might know that everyone knows about it. So all you need to do is add a little basic narration, add some music that fits the mood, fits the scene, and boom, you have an awesome piece of music and concert experience. So we had Dr. Bean, shout out, from Western as part of the theater department, narrate in very Charles Dickens-esque voice and costume. He was like straight up 1800. I mean, this was awesome. And what it also ended up working is that the WU Concert Band did a piece called Of Sailors in Wales, by Francis Macbeth, which also has narration. So it actually ended up working out that Dr. Bean was there for both pieces. So really, really awesome concert. I mean, the combined band I got to work with was so cool. So it's like you have all the high school kids, all the WA Concert Band kids going to town on this very fun piece, and it was just a fun night for everyone. I mean, we were all tired at the end, obviously, because it was a long day, but
Yeah.
it was, I'm so glad I was healthy enough to do it.
Yeah.
Because I've been fighting off a sickness since last week, and I mean, I still have reminiscent, but this is the most I've been able to talk without like dying. So I know I'm turning a corner a little bit. So hopefully by Sunday I'll be like better. But anyway, but now.
Wait, before
Oh.
we go off of the WRU one, to like go off of that. So the day after that, my concert band rehearsal, they sounded like 10 times better for like no, it was just like they were so energized from having performed it, and we had a couple WRU students sitting in filling in absences, so maybe that was it, like having that confidence from stronger players, or maybe just like, okay, we've performed this once, we can do this. Even Mr. Ferry was like
awesome.
Wow, concert band, and I was like, so
Yep,
that
it
is
was
like
good.
reason enough if you have this opportunity, do it. Like very discernible difference in confidence right
And-
going into our Sunday concert.
And I personally am all about experiences, because it's sometimes not enough to just do what you normally do. So like you prepare for a concert, you go on the normal stage and do this and that, right? But it's like to do those somewhat routine type things, but then doing it in a different environment with different people that might be watching, like that is, I think that like solidifies or energizes one to be like, oh, this is why I get to do what I get to do, or why I love what I get to do. And yeah, I unfortunately didn't get to hear it because I was sick the next day. But yeah, I remember you mentioned that, and that's really, really good. And congratulations to honestly all the students. I'm very happy that we were able to do something like this. And if you are out there who live near a college, or whether it's a university or college, or it doesn't matter, just see if you can do a pair up concert. Just say like, hey, like, could we, even if we don't do a combined concert, can we just use your stage for a performance? Because again, changing the perspective a little bit for the students will give some different ideas and some different motivation to continue doing what you're doing. Like, of course, have your own home concerts, but like think a year or two in advance and be like, hey, what if we went to this local college, or what if we invited the local college to come play we're fortunate to have a college in town and a university not too far down the road to be doing these collaboration things with, and it supports our students musically, it supports their programs also, so it's all about the experiences and collaboration for sure. But anyway, okay, so now last night
Thursday, December 7th,
another concert was happening. Well, technically two.
Yeah.
Technically two.
Lincoln and Harding.
Yeah.
Had their concert. That's our K123.
Yeah. That's
and
Dr.
how
Mrs.
Much, yeah, Dr. Mrs.
Mrs.
That was so
program.
much fun. That was so much fun.
Absolutely.
And kudos to her 22-minute concert.
Yep.
It was really, really nice.
But I'll tell you what.
The kids, the second and third graders, they could freaking sing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, they were in tune, on pitch. It was really, really good.
Those of us who work with ensembles, we're like 20 minutes. That doesn't seem very long. But you have to think okay, kindergartner and first grade, second and third grade, can they even manage 5 minutes of paying attention?
Of course, we're sitting there watching, and you love the kindergartners, and because their attention span's 15 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Hands all over each other. And during one song, the song wasn't "Here Comes Santa Claus." I can't remember the song, but Santa Claus came out and they were done singing.
Yep.
Right in the middle of the song.
Right.
Yeah, whatever. It was really fun. I thought Kat did a really good job with that.
Yeah.
Did you get my text that I didn't proofread?
No.
You guys leave at 3.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you,
Why don't
sir.
you read your text?
Because I'm on the podcast.
Oh, why shouldn't be in here then?
No,
No,
fine.
you're good. Say hello, Mr. Ewing.
You're always welcome.
Hello, Mr. Ewing.
We're just bragging on all the awesome music stuff we got done this
You guys
week. And we still have to
talk
get
about this week.
Oh,
I
good,
can talk
sure.
to Mr. Ewing for a
Go
minute.
ahead. I mean, I was very, very impressed with how the kids did last night. I mean, it's, for my wife, this is her second year with this age group. So, not to say last year was bad at all. I mean, but it's amazing that in 1 year, the amount of work that she was able to get things figured out and plan and music-wise, and at this age level, it's all about keeping the music entertaining and fun, but you have to find that balance of keeping it easy enough that they can remember. My wife works between 2 buildings, but realistically, she's only seeing one class once a week. 7 classes a day, but it's one time a week that she gets to see these kids, if not 2. And so she's starting in October for a concert in December, and each concert, the kindergartners and first graders, they did 4 songs. For some people, were holy cow, how do you even do that? And then for the second concert, for the second and third graders, they did 5 songs, I think. Well, it was 5 songs, because I think or We Wish You Merry Christmas at the end, I think wasn't labeled on my paper when I was helping out, but that's a lot of music. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot of lyrics to memorize.
Well, I'm thinking about it. Now that I think about it honestly, in real time, I'm holy cow, that's a lot of music to remember. Yeah. And for those kids, it's even with that amount of time, I'm sure that there was still some moments of ooh, we don't know what's going on, but I mean, having random power outages during the day, or having an assembly, or having this, having that, and between October and now, the concert having days that out of beyond your control, days off, or things and still pull off a very, very well and smooth running program, that's to me, it's impressive. So very proud of her doing that. It definitely prepares you for other jobs if you decide to go into higher education. But for those of you who are doing those programs, though, as much people say it's a scream along, it's only a scream along if you kind of let it. But it's all about the fun. Her theme was Rockin' Out Christmas.
Rockin' Christmas.
So
it was so fun. She told them all to dress as rock stars.
Yeah.
There was a lot of fun sunglasses and
It was like
lots of sequins and shiny, which
people-
would be there anyway.
spiky
but-
hair and wristbands. And
there was
some blow up guitars or something like
Yes,
that. That was
I
pretty
love
cool.
that. That kid was extra, and I was there for it.
That was pretty awesome. Again, having a neat little theme that like they can get dressed up at. It's because like you need to save the formalness for a concert. It's like for like the upper levels. You know, like that's not to say that we couldn't let our kids dress up, you know, in costumes and stuff. But like it would also kind of be hard to do sometimes depending on the instrument. So it's like to have formal wear for the the high school level and junior high level is important, but like to keep these kids invested in performing and like feel comfortable too, is important. So, she did a really good job. Very proud of her. So, she's gearing up for another performance this weekend in town. So if there isn't one thing going on, there's always two or three more things going on. So. Anyway, but all right, Mr. Ferry's back, so now we can talk about
Back again.
Sunday, which hasn't happened yet, but it's our junior high concert in the early afternoon, and then the high school concert in the late afternoon. But Mr. Ferry, what's potentially happening on Sunday?
Yeah, well, Ameren has released scheduled power outages, so we don't know. We don't know where. We don't know when. It's supposed to start at 6:30 in the morning and could last 10 to 12 hours, which
Is
we have
during the time that
contingency
we
plans
have.
in place just in case we can't
Yeah.
do things. But we also have two churches in that on that morning. We're going to Roosevelt Christian Church and Emmanuel Baptist Church here in Monmouth. So it's a busy day, but it's a fun day. It'll be a great day. And what's that?
It'll be music. It's music filled one way or another.
Yeah. And hopefully, I've been told that it won't affect the high school, but we'll see. And
Who's saying that? Who's saying that? Is it our admin or is
Yeah.
is it Ameren?
Well, it was Mr. Ewing that said somebody texted me and said that it won't affect the high school. Well, we'll see. So we've got contingency plans in place, and we're going to have to make phone calls and get band trailers and who knows. And so like we've talked a lot about kind of what we're doing, and that's part of this. But one of my whole whatever this segment can be called, Ferry's advice column, whatever.
Sure, I like that.
We need to find a sponsor for it, though.
The Patriots.
Twisted 2.
Yeah. Robert Kraft.
That's right. I'll email him.
Be like, yeah, hey.
Like Kraft mac and cheese?
No.
That
But
did
his
not
airplane
make
is
one.
called Aircraft.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Awesome. Anyway, and I've had it happen once before in my 25 years of Christmas concerts. If for some reason your Christmas concert has to be postponed, cancel it. We were talking about, well, can we do this the following weekend? No.
Why not?
Well, both of my accompanists are busy that weekend.
That's a good reason.
Because they're accompanying for other
Yeah.
performances because it's December. I, one year, when I was at Avon, and the band director there, Tina Steyer,
Shout out.
we got snowed out. We looked for the next time we could do it, and it was like January 12th. And we did it. And it was awful. The kids sounded fine, but just like nobody cared, and it slowed you down.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't move on to the next thing. Like you were still. So the kids are gone for 2 weeks. They come back. You've got to repolish what you've already done, and you're trying to get ready for organizational contests or solo and ensemble contests. So my advice is, I know it kind of stings, and everybody's like, "Oh, but we need to have the Christmas concert." I don't know that it's like if we get a power outage and we can't get everything organized, cancel.
Yeah.
Like
I would have been so mad in high school if my Christmas concert was
No,
so
I understand
sad
that.
and mad.
yeah, I mean,
Canceled.
but you would have gotten over it too.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
I will say,
You want to know what I'm not over?
The fact that your Christmas concert
I will
got
say
canceled.
this. I will say this. Like, when we say cancel it, or at least how I'd interpret canceling it is, don't feel like you have to do, like, it has to be now on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. and blah, blah. Find a way to still do it if you'd like. Record the rehearsal. Put it on YouTube. Don't feel like you have to do the whole thing as it was meant to be and reschedule it because it is just going to be really difficult.
Yeah, the other thing you can do is do it during the day for
Right.
the student body. And
Yeah,
then,
like
and
if you
then
want to do like an
live stream it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
impromptu audio. Like I mean, you know, it because what's worse is it to do not do the whole thing or try to do it, but then like it's again you're dealing with like
People
no one-
missing.
people missing. Nobody cares. You know, it's like you
I care.
You'd care.
No.
But like there are ways around it. But what Mr. Ferry is trying to say is don't feel obligated
Yep.
to be like, okay, 1 week from today, 7 p.m. Everything is according to plan. Like, don't feel like it has to be that way. Just be like, hey guys, sorry we're not going to be able to do it at night. Why don't you come to school with your Christmas gear all set up? Well, we're going to record it. We'll post it to YouTube, share it around the world. Boom, done.
That'd be fun.
Like that's. Like, I feel like that's an alternative way. You still get to have your performance. It's not in the traditional sense. Oh, well, but talk about musical
Yeah.
memories that will be made.
Shh.
We didn't have a... Oh, sorry.
No, let
There's a
him
hand-
finish his thought.
There's a hand raised. I was talking. Miss Hallen, go ahead.
I just want to say that we are not liable for any copyright infringement that comes from that advice.
It's okay. Just, like, blur out all the parts that are, like, coming. 1, 2, right? Silent. This one's silenter night.
She raised her hand for that.
Yeah, she did. Hey, she didn't
I
want to
care
get
about our listeners.
I'm telling you. I mean, hey, we put some music on our podcast that have been questionable, for a questionable amount of seconds, and I'm like,
I'm not saying we need to care, but
And I don't know because I'd never looked, but I thought it was like 30 seconds.
yeah. Well, it depends. I think on the artist. I think most artists is 30 seconds, but if you're like the Eagles, who just they're great, but they kind of suck when it comes to copyright, they will like be like, no, immediately. Sorry, the Eagles, but
Not shout out.
not unshout out. Shut
Dis
up.
shout out.
Shut up.
anti-shout-out.
Anti. Oh, there you go. Anti shout out.
Wow.
But
So we just determined that Lisa hates the Eagles.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's not what
That's
I
what I
said.
Isn't that what you heard?
That's
That's what I heard.
She's like, I like the birds better.
So hopefully, you guys are wrapping up here, and
Yeah. Well-
we've still got a few other things going on, but
Well,
we're
before
all
we
busy.
even get close to the wrapping up, because one thing you wanted to talk about today is what are your favorite parts about Christmas time, Christmas music, and Christmas programming?
Yeah, what do you look at when you're programming for
Yeah.
a Christmas concert or a winter concert? But we've gone on for about 30 minutes now.
Oh, we're just under. If you want to go really quick, what are some of your favorite
27.
Christmas? What are some of your pieces that you like to do during Christmas time?
One thing that I found out is that the Christmas program is for the audience. I really found that out early on in my career. We had gotten standing ovations at every concert that I did at Avon for like 3 years plus, with a fall concert, Christmas concert, organizational spring concert. Like the audience just loved us. And one year I programmed the 12 days after Christmas.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Various
That's fun.
themes of Fa La La,
Yeah.
which actually our junior high is doing, and Grown Up Christmas List.
oh,
And my audience hated it.
oh.
Hated it. Because your audience wants to hear traditional holiday Christmas music. And I learned that as, my audience that was at Avon. And I've always kind of stuck with that. And will we have some tangential things? Is that right?
Tangential.
Tangential.
Oh.
Tangential
Yes.
things, but it's
Thank you, Al.
yep.
Shout
Dynamite
out.
dropping. But typically our concert is going to be pretty standard this year. We're doing a cool arrangement of What Child Is This? Feliz Navidad and I'll Be Home for Christmas. Treble Mads are going to do the medieval Fa La La thing. And what's the other one that they do? Tidings of Comfort and Joy. And then Mixed Mads is going to do Oh Come All You Faithful. Tangential? All-Star.
Yes. Yeah.
We're going to do All-Star. So we did All-Star for the Madrigal Dinner, and it went over really, really well, and they were fantastic.
What type of all-star?
It is the Smash Mouth song written as an English madrigal.
Which,
So
honestly, if you listen to it, you're like, that's a freaking Madrigal. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, they did their homework.
Well
With the
done.
hey nunny nas
Yes.
and the fire,
It has no
fire.
business being as good as it is.
I
Yeah,
mean, like,
it
they
really
did.
doesn't.
Someone did their homework to like make it authentic.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I mean, that's kind of my philosophy. Is I need it to sound good. Would I like it to be more educational based, and working on those techniques and things. But I have learned my philosophy is the Christmas concert, the fall concert's about us, and what is our voice. What are we going to end up being? It's teaching the fundamentals and the techniques. The Christmas concert is all about the audience.
Yeah, I agree. I think this particular winter concert, I thought trying to find a good balance of like, okay, what's a piece that will kind of expose some of the things that I need to consider going into organizational, but also like things that are for the audience. So Christmas Carol is super fun. The kids were really excited to play it again. And I mean, I was too, because there's just so much we can do with it. Like going forward, I really want to start to expand it to be like, have actors or something, like it's just so much that we could do. So we're doing Christmas Carol, and we're doing an arrangement of Still, 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 which is really nice. And it's cool because it definitely allows each section to shine a little bit, in their own way, and because symphonic band is smaller than concert band, it really allows those players to come out and come really nice. And it's a nice arrangement. Some key changes, tempo changes, some different moments to be musical, which is great. And then the unofficial Christmas song.
Greatest Christmas song of all time. What you're gonna say?
All I Want for Christmas Is You. If
Wait,
you
is
have
it
not
Jeremy?
done.
Shout out Jeremy.
Shout out Jeremy Adelson.
Shout out Jeremy Adelson.
That's not to him. That's not the greatest Christmas song of all time. It's the greatest song of all time.
Really.
It's a fair argument.
Okay, I could see it.
No, it's not. You should have your music degree
But I will
stripped away from you.
if you have not done the Michael Brown arrangement, I highly recommend it. It looks way easier, but it sounds like the real thing. Like, I think that's what I appreciate the most. It's like everyone's like, I can play this because I know how it's supposed to sound. Yes, there are a couple like rhythm things you're gonna have to just make sure that like, hey, I know that it sounds like this in the recording, but it's actually this. But really, those are only like a couple of times where like the beginning literally starts with the bells. Like, you hear those first two notes, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is the recording, and it's awesome. The kids just want to play it all the time. So, it's going to be just a lot of fun on Sunday for sure. Concert band's doing a couple fun pieces too. I like the bobsled one with the whip. The whip is like lots of whip it's going on.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So this, as far as like picking music, the Christmas concert is the first like sit down band concert we have. So it's always hard for me to plan in advance because the freshmen, I don't know their skills as well. Obviously, I hear them during marching band, but during marching band, they also have all of our upperclassmen, all of our symphonic band members with them. Like that first day of sit down band with just the concert band members, it's always like very like, okay, what does Monmouth Roseville concert band sound like this year? Mm-hmm. So it's always kind of okay, this first concert we're kind of finding out where we are, what we can play. I found that it's called Bobsled Run. I think someone actually on one of the music education Facebook groups posted, hey, I just released a bunch of Christmas stuff, and I was like, Bobsled Run, that's a fun title. I listened to it, loved it.
It's cool.
Also bought another piece, I think by the same composer on that same day, or found it, that we're going to do for org. And so I found that, and then I was trying to find another piece, and so I was going to, we are very, very blessed that our district was like multiple high schools combined, junior highs combined, so we are blessed with a really good music library. So I was just going through like, what do we have, what do we not have to spend money on, and I pulled out several, but as I was looking at it and thinking about it, I was like, okay, I don't want to do two that aren't recognizable, just like Mr. Ferry said. So because I was thinking about like Christmas in Jamaica and like I don't know, a couple others, and I was like, I want to play something that we know. So found an arrangement we had already of it's going to look like Christmas The title of that isn't a lot like Christmas.
Yeah, I kept getting confused because you told me it's beginning to look like Christmas, and I was like, oh, that's awfully
forgot
close.
words, right? No.
But no, I think that's actually the original title, right? And then the lyrics are, I don't know.
That's what it says on the score. It blows my mind. I definitely we call it Bob and Beg. I got tired. I'm like, no, this is Bob now.
Well, it was funny because at Western, they're like, what's the order? And I was like, it's beginning to, like, they're like, Bob or Beg. I'm like, what? And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, so that was funny.
Yeah. So that's
pretty great.
ours.
Sunday's going to be fine. What power or no power, it's going to be fun.
And for our Christmas concert, it's going to be 60 degrees, so...
Oh, I know. I walked outside.
Let's do it outside.
Shut.
At Sunny Lane.
It's gonna be dark.
COVID all over again.
Yikes.
Mr. Ferry loves me today.
Hey, Mr. Ferry.
Yeah, Mr. Martinez.
I think we have an announcement to make.
We have a huge announcement. Am I announcing this announcement?
I think you should.
Or should we let Miss Hallen?
Well.
Just do it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Hey, can you not yell?
Yeah, I mean, she's yelling at me.
That spike was massive. on the audio.
Anyway.
Anyway,
It's a different story for a different time. You've been asking for it. You've been begging for it. It is now here.
Yes.
Please go to all of our socials, and you can now order your Music in the Making podcast merchandise.
Yeah, buddy. It is here.
We have short sleeve t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, crew neck sweatshirts, and hooded sweatshirts. And this is just the first installment. Mm-hmm. I think if the order form, there's a form that you don't fill out. Okay?
Not physically.
Right. You don't fill it out. Look at the order form that tells you the pricings. Like once you get into 2XL, 3XL, 4XL, the price goes up a little bit because there's, more material. But you can look at the order form to see what the pricing is. We ask that if you'd like to order some merch, that you send your the amount of your shirt. What is that?
What is that?
Instagram story.
Are you recording? Are you just going to repeat me going, Anyway.
I was going to turn off the music, but maybe I should leave it. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was going to happen. I'm just trying to...
Anyway,
she's trying to capture this moment of us announcing. Now
yeah.
So it sounds an awful lot like Lisa's dunking on you.
When you go to the social media site that has an order form, look at that order form, make your selection. You will then Venmo the amount of money to
Music in the Making podcast on Venmo.
Is it podcast?
It is podcast.
It is
podcast.
Music.
I misspoke.
Yep.
Music in the Making podcast.
Music
That's
in the Making
handle.
podcast. Send us the amount of money that it costs for whatever shirt you want. In the, is it for or memo or whatever the box is that you say what you're
so when
paying
you
for?
put in your amount, it asks you like, what's it for?
What's this for?
Yep.
And you're going to put your shirt style and your shirt size. So I will send $27 for an extra large hoodie. Mm-hmm. And, if you're local, we will hand deliver it to you. If you're ordering from out of town, we're doing this by case-by-case basis. Guys, we're not a business. We're not a business by any stretch of the imagination. We just want people that want to wear our shirts to get our shirts, and we'll talk to you about shipping. We'll reach out to you on a case-by-case basis if you're from Mexico or Colorado or somewhere in the suburbs.
Grays Lake.
Grays Lake.
Shout out Lusa.
There you go.
Isn't that where Jason's from? No, that's Crystal Lake, which is near Grays Lake.
There's a lot of lakes.
Huh?
Jason?
Friday the 13th. Horror movie.
I thought
Anyway.
you meant our custodian.
Okay, so anyway, we have merch now, and this is the first installment. And what our hope is, we're all going to rock this at IMEC 2024.
Yeah, absolutely.
To promote our podcast. Mm-hmm. And we ask that if any of you are going to be at IMEC, that you rock the merch with us.
We can coordinate what day we'll do it.
Yeah, we could.
So we can find each other,
Oh
do
my
a
God.
photo.
Do a meetup.
Do a meetup.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do a meetup
yes.
A flash mob.
I mean, we're already doing it at the Madrigal Singers performance.
That's
true. Right.
But I'm not wearing that day.
No, because you're performing.
I am?
Yeah, you're playing drums.
awesome.
Yeah, our music faculty is playing drums for
Cool.
Bobby Yetu. Baba
That's my favorite. Okay, awesome.
Goose way. Anyway.
Yeah. And a huge thank you to Kendall Ferry.
Shout out.
She designed the shirt, and I really, really like it with the sound wave thing or
Yeah,
whatever the
very cool.
equalizer bars. I think it looks really cool. It's our first attempt at this, so buy yourself a T-shirt or a hoodie or buy all of them.
Yep, exactly.
So you have one for all kinds of weather.
Absolutely.
If you need a hood, you can put the hood on. If you don't, but you need long sleeves, you can do that. Or if it's a nice summer day out, you just go short sleeve.
Right. But we will ask that when you do wear it, and someone says, "Hey, what's Music in the Making?" you can say, "It's this awesome music education podcast that can be found on Amazon Music, YouTube, even. We're on Spotify. We're on
Audible.
Audible now. Yes, we're on iHeartRadio. iHeartRadio. We're on Facebook and Instagram, and we post every week as best we can. But obviously, with this time of year, it's definitely hard, and you music people know for sure.
We'll
it's
probably
busy.
have one next. When I get back from our Madrigal Singers are going on a grade school tour, but when I get back, we'll post one the 15th, and then we're off for 3 weeks.
Yes,
because you guys will be at Midwest.
Yeah,
I will be on Christmas break. You'll be on Christmas break, and we'll just not see each other.
But we'll have so many stories about our Christmas. We have the stories about Midwest. We'll have stories about what your Christmas gift is, but we're not going to say it on the podcast yet.
So excited.
But that's going to be a lot of fun, though.
So excited.
For sure. We'll fill you in after that. So we'll got one more episode, and then we'll be off for a little bit for winter break. But until then, we hope that you guys are doing well. Hopefully that all your concerts, if they've already happened, have been gone swimmingly. If they're about to happen, I'm sure it'll be fine. Just take a breath, one day at a time.
Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
If you get to hear this.
You going to say Merry Christmas or no?
Merry Christmas.
Wow.
She wanted her own.
She's
She's
over there on Instagram.
No, I am doing my job as social media coordinator.
Instagram, I'm like,
Also, I'm so proud of you. You posted on Facebook again.
Oh, yeah, you did.
What?
That was pretty great.
3 times in a month? Crazy.
It's a 3,000%
Yeah.
increase.
3,000% of zero is zero.
Nah, exactly.
Is
hey, but
zero.
it's high. All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Goodbye.